Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back. So I want to talk about Maggie and Negan. I really want to focus on how she will return. I want to focus on like when she's going to return. I want to talk about different aspects to it and how it could impact season 11. But those are minor parts just because I do have some new ideas on that, but we have talked about that. What I really want to focus on is just, yeah, we do have her first scene. We saw her first scene in the opening minutes, but how will our characters react to her returning, and what is that first scene going to be like? Who's going to see her? Like, is everyone going to see her? I doubt that, but you never know. It's possible. I just think it's pretty hard to have everybody in the same scene. Like, maybe if, say, they're all cornered in a certain area, but I just feel like there's going to be certain characters that are just at the hospital, or I guess the tower still, and there's going to be other characters that are spread out. And so where does she pop in? Is Daryl the first one to see her? Is Negan? Or I guess maybe both of them see her at the same time? Is it Carol? Is Carol separated from them? Does she find Maggie? Like, how exactly is it done? Or is it even Ezekiel and Eugene? If you remember, Ezekiel, Eugene, Yumiko, and I guess now Princess, they're on their way to meet the Commonwealth. Like, are we going to see Maggie for the first time there? Well, not for the first time because we saw her in the opening minutes, but like, out of all the characters, are they going to be the first ones to see her? I want to talk about that and also her son and just some casting and appearance stuff in the finale. So before we jump in, I do have to warn you obviously for spoilers overall for season 10. And also in case you're new to the channel, if you want any videos breaking down like new Walking Dead news, any kind of Walking Dead content that we do get in terms of like teasers or trailers, reviews on episodes, like the new series coming out later on. It could be coming out next month or at the end of this month, but World Beyond, like if you want reviews on that, which is basically the Rick Grimes movie setup TV show, just anything like that, maybe consider subscribing. Now, I will be posting a Q&A video tomorrow, so I'm going to make a post. Actually, I'm hoping that's already up by the time you guys see this video. It should be. But I'm going to be making a post asking for your guys' questions. It's going to be on Instagram just because it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to record and get everything done. Also, I thought I would just change it up a little. So if you guys want to ask me any kind of questions or anything, just go to my Instagram. It's just at MusicMan on Terrace Street. The link for it should be down below. And hopefully the post is there. It should be. And yeah, just post your question down below. Now, the most exciting part of that trailer, definitely for the I guess the opening minutes for the season 10 finale, was that Maggie was returning. And I think it really was a brilliant, I guess, marketing or just teaser or just whatever you want to call it by like AMC or whoever was doing it, right? I guess it was AMC, obviously. I think it was just amazing because that is still one aspect to it that I get very, really excited about. I think throughout all of season 10 and kind of in season 9, we all wondered when Maggie was going to come back because we knew that she was going to be. Like we found this out probably late in season 9, or at least there was rumors about her coming back. Actually, I would say there was rumors about her coming back probably, I think, after her exit or around the time she was leaving, because I know people were saying beforehand that she was going to be leaving. Actually, I'm pretty sure that news broke before Andrew Lincoln. I think it was that Maggie was leaving. And then like a week or two later, or sometime after, it was announced that Andrew Lincoln was leaving. So yeah, that was a crazy time. I don't know if you guys remember all that, but that was it was a sad time. I'm glad we're at the point we are right now. I guess technically not. In a year from now, I'll be much happier because we'll have seen the finale and know what's going on with season 11 and stuff. So then things are going to be back to normal and I'll just be happy with everything again. But it wasn't too surprising for her to be back on the show, but it's very welcoming. For me personally, I am just so excited to have her back on the show. I can't wait to see what it's going to be like for her to return, because the thing about The Walking Dead right now is that we're so used to characters constantly leaving that when we get a character, a really big popular character as well, returning like this or in this big way too, that's going to set up the big story for season 11, at least you would imagine so anyways, right? It adds a more refreshing and also kind of a retro vibe to the show again, because with all the characters leaving, that already adds a more refreshing vibe. But because she's been gone since the 6-year time jump happened, and even longer now with the time jump between season 9 and 10, having her here in this new timeline will be really exciting because we haven't seen Maggie since Rick's final episode. So the last time we saw her, Judith was like 4 years old. She wasn't even as big as she is right now. Sure, our characters saw her a little bit later than that because I'm pretty sure she actually left like, it might have been a few months up to like a year or up to a year and a half before the Whisperer's introduction. So I just really can't wait. It's going to be exciting. We already saw her first scene, so like there's that. But how will our characters react to her return? This is the one thing I think about a lot. I think about how she's going to return. And honestly, to me, I just have this idea that, like, I don't know why, but I'm picturing like Daryl and Negan on the ground or something. and they're just, I guess I'm why they be on the ground. Don't go there. I just kind of picture them being surrounded by walkers. Either they're like hurt on the ground, or it's like they're stuck up against the wall, or something like that. And then Maggie shows up, and then, or I don't even know, maybe they're just like they think they're going to die, and then they hear these like gunshots, and it's like these bullets flying, and they're wondering what the hell's that? And then the camera pans over, and you see a Commonwealth trooper, like the Commonwealth, or I guess not just one trooper, but a bunch of troops wiped out this horde. And then Maggie's there. Like, she's kind of a leader, or maybe this is like her little militia that she brought from the Commonwealth. That's kind of how I picture it, and I'm sure that's probably not going to happen that way, though. It would be cool for it to happen like that. That is the popular theory with her return, is that she is going to be returning with the Commonwealth. As of now, there is literally no proof to suggest that that's how she's going to return. But everybody is like so sure about it online. And I even talk about it like I'm so sure about it, but there's literally no proof that Maggie is going to be returning with the Commonwealth. All we know is that she is with Georgie, and that's that. She can be a part of something entirely separate, just something completely different. She returns, and then she learns of the Commonwealth, I guess, at the same time as us. Like, it is very possible that when Maggie returns, maybe she just has like this massive gun or something and takes out a bunch of walkers, or she's with a couple people. Maybe they're just like these bandits sort of thing, and they take out this horde, but it's something completely separate. But with Eugene, Ezekiel, Yumiko, and Princess, they run into the Commonwealth for the first time. We see them there, and it's just entirely separate. And that is very, like, obviously that's the only reason why I kind of think that's not the case is because it's not underwhelming. It definitely is. And to have all that would be really amazing. I think for me, it's just kind of predictable just because you're just going based off the comic, right? And just because of what Angela Kang said, that Maggie's going to return in the nick of time. So I think she's going to return and save people. And so you really only have two options there. If she's going to be there saving people at the end of the episode, she'll be showing up with Commonwealth troops or without them. Now, the reason why I think that she's going to be returning with the Commonwealth is only because in the comic, she really does have this. I mean, she's the leader of the Commonwealth at a certain point, or basically at the end of the series anyways. Like, she's the leader of the Commonwealth, or the president of the Commonwealth, I think they're calling it. I can't remember, but it's just when you think about what, I don't know if it was Angela Kang, Nicotero, or Scott Gimple. It was someone anyways. It could have been just another producer or someone up there anyways. For some reason, I have Nicotero in my head, but anyway, somebody said that the final 2 minutes are going to be mind-blowing, and it's going to be like nuts. And so to me, the final 2 minutes aren't going to be that amazing if it's just the Commonwealth showing up. Obviously, I say this, but it really depends on how they do it too. Like, if it's just the Commonwealth showing up and then Maggie shows up separately, defeats the Whisperers, or and also Beta dies or something, you know, depending on how they do it, the music, it all builds up to the moment. It could be amazing. But I just think Maggie's return, why would it be separate from the Commonwealth when the Commonwealth is going to be such a big thing in season 11? That's why I think she's returning with them. I think she's here to introduce that big story. And that's how we're going to learn more about them and all of that. But I think when Maggie returns, I do hope that the two characters that see her, or actually I would say three characters that see her, are Carol, Daryl, and Negan. Carol, just because Carol has mentioned talking to Maggie, or not talking, but trying to communicate with her. And so I feel like Carol seeing her, it just kind of wraps all that up, right? Instead of having to wait till season 11 until like they interact. I also want to see Daryl really, or see her just because they have a really close connection because of Glenn and the stuff that happened in season 7 and 8. And so I want to see more of that. I want them two to be together. But more than that, I want Maggie to see Negan, and seeing Negan allowed out and roaming around and actually helping like Daryl and Carol defeat the Whisperers. I want to see how Maggie literally reacts to that, because this is why Daryl needs to be there, or Carol needs to be there. Maggie needs to see them working together. It can't just be seeing Negan allowed out and free, because if she sees that, she'll just capture him and might just kill him or something like that. But if she sees him actually working with Daryl and Carol, and Maggie tries to like do something, and Daryl's like steps in front of Negan trying to save his life, or Carol. Maybe that's what they're setting up with Carol right now, right? Like Carol's a little unsure as to whether or not she should help Negan. What if when Maggie puts a gun to his head, Carol actually steps up and tries to save him, or does save him? I really want an interaction like that. I think it has to happen, and I think that would be such an exciting element for season 11. I think it's going to be smaller, though. I think the big thing is just Maggie's return and the Commonwealth. Like, we might get this expression on her face when she looks at Negan, but, you know, this is going to be after we deal with the Whisperers and stuff, because, like, the finale is all about that. This is just something that's going to be this big cliffhanger for season 11. And also, on top of this, is Herschel Rhee going to be in the finale? Herschel Rhee, for those that don't know, is Maggie and Glenn's son. Is he going to be in the finale? And I think it depends on who she's with. Like, if she's separate from the Commonwealth, she very much could have him with her. And just because obviously she'd be watching over him. But if she's with the Commonwealth, I imagine Herschel's just staying there because it's a pretty safe place. There's like 50,000 people. It's like literally like a city. So, well, I don't know if it's as big as a city, but it's like a sectioned off part of the city, if you get what I mean. For me personally, I don't think it's going to happen. I would love for it to happen, but I think it would be a little out of place. Like, why would Maggie bring her son, who's like 8 years old, 7, 8, 9, probably like 7 or 8, into battle like this, into a very dangerous situation? It just kind of, it makes no sense. And I also don't think they've cast this character yet. And so I think they're going to do that over the next, I don't know. I mean, maybe they already have an idea on who's going to play Herschel. I just think it's kind of a lot for him to be in the finale. And I think that's something that they can announce for casting during, I guess, what could have been Comic-Con this year. Carol obviously is going to help Negan out. And so, like, where do they stand on all of that? Is this going to, if Maggie's with the Commonwealth, how is this going to cause conflict between, or it's going to create a lot of conflict between Alexandria and the Commonwealth? And yeah, I'm really interested in how that's going to work out. And also with the Hilltop, because the Hilltop's burnt down. They got to rebuild. I think Maggie, that's why Maggie is there too. She's going to bring her resources. They're going to rebuild in season 11. It's just, it's exciting. I really can't say anything more than that. It's exciting. I really can't wait. But post all your thoughts down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking about Maggie and Negan and the Commonwealth. How do you think all of it's going to go down in the finale? Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.